My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the most painful experiences in life is realizing that the people you chose did not choose you back. You give your time, your care, your loyalty, and yet you are left feeling unseen, unappreciated, and alone. In those moments, Allah is teaching you something powerful. It is time to choose yourself. Choosing yourself does not mean becoming selfish or hard-hearted. It means recognizing your worth, protecting your heart, and refusing to remain in places where your soul is neglected. Allah does not want you to beg for attention, love, or respect. He wants you to walk with dignity, knowing that your value does not decrease just because someone failed to see it. When no one else chooses you, remember Allah already did. And that is more than enough to rebuild your strength, your peace, and your future. Your worth is not determined by who stays. Your worth was written by Allah before anyone ever had a chance to judge you, accept you, or leave you. It was not created by someone's attention, loyalty, or presence in your life. When people walk away, it does not reduce your value. It only reveals their capacity, not your worth. The heart suffers when it forgets this truth and begins to measure itself through the behavior of others. Islam reminds us that honor comes from Allah alone, not from being chosen by people whose hearts change with time. Many people stay in painful situations because they believe that being left means they are not enough. This belief slowly poisons the soul. It teaches you to tolerate, neglect, silence, and disrespect just to avoid being alone. But Allah never designed your heart to survive on emotional scraps. He created you with dignity, depth, and purpose, and no departure from your life has the authority to erase that. When someone leaves, the pain feels personal. The mind searches for reasons, for mistakes, for things you could have done differently. But often, what leaves was never meant to carry you forward. Some people enter your life to teach you self-respect, not permanence. Their absence becomes the lesson that saves your future. Your worth remains untouched by their choice to go. A heart that measures its value by who stays will always feel unstable. It becomes anxious, overgiving, and afraid of abandonment. It works too hard to be liked and sacrifices too much to be accepted. But the heart that remembers its worth in Allah becomes calm. It no longer begs for love, because it knows it already belongs to the most loving. Allah allows people to leave so your heart learns where it truly belongs. When attachment to people becomes too heavy, He gently removes them so you return to Him. This return restores your strength. It reminds you that your identity is not found in relationships but in your connection with your Creator. And that connection never breaks. Your worth does not increase when someone chooses you, and it does not decrease when they walk away. Their choice reflects their journey, their limitations, their fears, and their direction in life. It does not define who you are. Allah defines who you are, and His definition is permanent. Some of the strongest hearts were shaped by being left behind. Not because abandonment is easy, but because it forces you to stand on your own with Allah. In that standing, you discover resilience, faith, and clarity you never knew you possessed. What felt like rejection becomes the beginning of your self-respect. When you stop chasing those who leave, something powerful happens inside you. Your heart stops bleeding into the wrong places. Your mind becomes quieter. Your faith becomes stronger. You no longer argue with destiny. You begin to trust that Allah removes what blocks your growth, even when it hurts deeply. Your value is not in being chosen by unstable hearts. It is in being chosen by Allah, protected by Him, guided by Him, and known by Him. When this truth settles in your soul, loneliness loses its sting. Silence becomes a place of healing, and you stop questioning your worth. People may fail to see your light, but Allah never misses it. People may forget your sacrifices, but Allah records every one of them. People may misunderstand your intentions, but Allah knows the truth of your heart. And that knowledge alone is enough to keep you standing tall. Your worth is not proven by who stays, but by how you rise when they leave. The way you protect your heart, the way you preserve your dignity, the way you return to Allah when the world turns away, this is where your real value shines. You were never meant to beg to be chosen. You were meant to walk with self-respect, trusting that those meant for you will meet you where Allah places you. The rest will fall away, not as a loss, but as protection. When the heart finally understands its worth, it stops chasing people who do not choose it. It stops shrinking itself to fit into places where it is not valued. It stops apologizing for needing respect, care, and consistency. This is the moment the soul begins to heal. Allah did not create you to be disposable, forgettable, or replaceable. He created you with intention, care, and divine wisdom. Anyone who fails to recognize that was never meant to hold your future in their hands. So hold your head high, walk with faith, guard your heart, and remember always, your worth is not determined by who stays in your life. It is determined by the one who created your life. And He has never left you for a single moment. Letting go is an act of self-respect. Letting go is one of the hardest decisions the heart will ever make. Not because the soul does not understand what is necessary, but because attachment resists what dignity demands. The heart clings to memories